never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes, tell me everything's not fine, or that people ain't happy.
Hi guys, this is a Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now, this is What If Deku is a Dark Elf, Part 2. As Izuku and Luna are still on the beach, as she's still like, but that was unnecessary, there were no threat. As one of the guys jumps out of a pile of bodies, he's on top of something as he shoots an arrow, aiming straight at Luna as Izuku steps in the way. It basically does that, just imagine those bullets were arrows. So, You see, sister, they're like cockroaches. As he throws a dagger at the drow, hit him in the head without even looking at him. You need to crush them before they spread. As she's like, come on. As Izuku's like, come on, sis. We probably should head back. Mother's probably waiting for the report. And Luna's like, how did they get here anyways? Besides, the obvious, the ship. They most likely have a little base. They might have an outpost somewhere. It's probably pretty close. We'll tell Mother and we'll see what she has to say about it. As Izuku and Luna walk through the door where everyone's out, as Izuku's like, Mother, it's done. And she's like, I saw. Very, very clean work. Despite you went excessive over that last part, but that be forgiven. That leaves me with two choices. As Izuku speaks up, as he's like, they might come back. This might be, that might be just the first wave. They might have an outpost somewhere nearby. As she's like, as Shiva's like, yeah, I thought that as well. We could either take the outpost out, wherever that is, if we don't know if there's even more than one, or we could wait it out. It's almost around that time of year where the sea closes off in this area for a while. We won't be able to launch any ships out for a good time. As Luna speaks up, as she's like, I could offer any assistance if you require. And she goes, no, that's quite all right. As she looks at Izuku, Shiva, his, adopted mother, and she's like, what is it, Izuku? Send me, Mother. What? Send me and I'll take care of it. Why are you so eager? This is the perfect opportunity to test out my new inventions. She's like, not one of your inventions again. No, my invention for the battleships. She likes this project that she's been doing to increase. It's a device for a battleship. I'll explain later in a what if, but he's been creating several things for, the tribe or his clan. So he's made a couple devices, and I'm going to implement one of his devices here pretty soon. As Inko agrees, and she's like, very well. As, what's her name? I totally forgot her name now. As Yuna says, at least have one of my attendants to accompany Izuku just for extra measure. As she was like, very well. Who are you sending? Come forward, Willow. As it's this, this elf. She's one of our best mages. I think I I have a decent, understanding of the situation, and she'll be quite useful. As Shiva, allowed, I guess she doesn't really, doesn't matter. Guess she knows Izuku could handle himself. As Izuku stands up, I'll be off, mother. This is going to be fascinating. I wonder how much magic output I could have it at. As he's rambling on, talking, as Luna's like, I hate when brothers like that. He always gets his own. He always in his own little world, mother. She's like, yeah, he does that, but things he's created are quite fascinating. As everyone's like, what do you mean? Willow followed Izuku, so she's just following him around until he needs to get stuff together before the little trip. But as we'll continue, she was like, that spell that that magic arrow spell that's been going around here recently. And she's like, yeah, someone from your tribe. That was Izuku's own invention, and several others. All these new spells that we've been getting, and we've been trading with you. They all came from Izuku. As Kikyo speaks up, as I think I named her. Yeah, I think I named her Kikyo. I'm not totally sure, but I think I did. But it's like, but from my understanding and the feel of the room, he doesn't like a lot of elves especially from our clan, from our species. As she's like, yeah, Izuku has a little issue with high elves, but he wouldn't openly attack one just because they're a high elf. Thankfully. But once you cross the line, yeah, there's no going back, but don't worry. He'll get the job done. As we cut to Izuku, as Will is like, where are we going? Oh, we need to gather some things. As he gets a couple of workers' attention, load up in my ship. As they're like, which one, sir? The black one, of course. This is going to be fun. As they get to the shipyard, it's this one. As she's like, that's a drow ship. As he's like, exactly. I want them to see though the ship that's going to kill them is one of their own. As she's like, you really don't like your species very much, do you? As he's like, I'm not one of them. I'm a dark elf. I abandoned the drow name or the label, whatever they like to call themselves. I tossed that away a long time ago. As short pause. What I read in the lore, the videos that I read, or not read, listened to on YouTube, they were saying the Dark Elves cast aside the name Dark Elf to out of the defiance towards other elf and other elf kind, and name themselves Drows to sever any connections to the elf kind. That's basically what I understood of, the basic of some of the key points of their history. So Izuku's doing the polar opposite. He's severing the Drow name and using Dark Elf out of defiance with the Drows. So that's how he's doing that. So, a little bit of reverse on his part. As Izuku's like, Drows might be backstabbing assholes, but they make some decent ships. I kind of like this one. as he gets on board, as several of the sailors that are on board, captain's on deck, as they did all that. As he goes, seem like everyone's here. Good, so I don't have to find you. We're going on a little expedition, so to say. As they're like, where are we going, Captain? We're going on a little hunting trip, I guess. Drows. It's drow season. As everyone gets ready, as they sell off, as they depart from the harbor, as they're a good distance away, as Izuki's like, hold. As everyone's confused. Sir, what's going on? As he's like, something's not right. It's just not right. Oh, that's what. As Izuku, goes over to one of the cannons and put his foot on it. You know what? I don't like the look of these. I think it's time for upgrade. As he pushes off with his foot. All right, boys. Get rid of them. As they're all confused what they're following. They're wondering, as Willow's like, what are you doing? Don't worry. As several sailors are pulling out these things that are under like a cover. As Izuku waits. All right, are they all in their places? They're like, yes, sir. Now these babies are. As he pulls the cloth over it or whatever's covering it. These are my new toys I created. As they're all confused. As one of the sailors, like, it looks nice, but what's the difference between the ones we had originally? As he's like, simple. These ones are fired off by magic. As everyone's confused, magic, what do you mean? Do you ever wonder why, men, I picked certain sailors that had some magic capabilities as Izuku's walking around the deck. It's like, yeah, that's for this. I knew this moment would come. I knew, I would find a perfect opportunity to test out these. And today is the day I get to test out one of my pet projects. As Izuku places his hand on it, you see that little small island over there? As they're like, yeah. You scan if there's any life signs. As he magically senses if there's life signs on that island. As he's like, negative, sir. Good. I'm gonna show you a little sneak peek. As Izuku charges it up. As the cannon charges. As it charges up. As a bright beam of energy hits the island as it melts everything in. It melts everything that hits, so there's a big hole in the mountain, the island, as the water current, heads back, as there's big, decent sized waves heading towards them. Nothing they can handle, as everyone's shocked, as not really waves hitting, but the water is like ruffled up a lot. As see these babies all depends on the caster. The more skilled in magic you are, the more easy and more powerful the power of the cannon will be. All right, boys, test run. As he heads to one of the upper decks or whatever. Give me a second. As he heads towards the tail of the ship, I wasn't sure if there was the upper deck because where the steering, the cell is and how they steer it. I forget what it's called right now. I just totally draw up a blank. As Ezekiel's standing alone, as he's just checking out the sea, as Willow comes from behind him, as he's like, "Oh, Willow, what do you need?" And she's like, "Those cannons are fascinating. Do you think I have a chance to examine one of them?" As he's like, as he starts laughing. He's like, "Sure, why not? Not right now. Maybe if we survive this, I'll let you examine it. How about that?" As she agrees to it, because she finds it all. Because she's a mage, so anything magic wise, she's all about that. So as Ezekiel's about to leave, before he leaves, he's like, "Willow, was it?" And she's like, "Yeah. For a high elf, you're not too bad." As he walks off, as he goes to friendship. "All right, boys, it's time to, training's over. Everyone rest up for the night, and we're gonna continue on to tomorrow." So as the nay per the nay the sorry the next day came around, as the next day progressed, as you have Will and Ezekiel talking, as they're like, "What do you think the Drows are after?" As Ezekiel's like, "I don't know what they're after, but whatever they're after is probably not going to be good. They're Drows." As a couple sailors come pulling in, ships incoming. As Ezekiel gets gets out of the room, as he goes up to the deck, as he's like, "Dark elves, Drows. Looks like we're in the right. It looks like we're getting closer, boys. Let's get ready for a good old-fashioned, battle." As they're going to be battling through that now. As they're like, "All right, boys, seems like we got three dark elf ships three drow ships to take care of." As they go full on speed ahead, as Ezekiel turns to ship, as he tells them to turn to ship, as all right, boys, the first shot's mine. As he charges up the cannon, as cannon fire is being thrown at Ezekiel, but as a couple pass straightly pass by his head, as he fires it, as it goes right through the ship, cutting it in half. As Ezekiel's like, "Well, this is success. All right, boys, show them, give them a full demonstration." As there's several, as Willow seeing several different spells being used. Yeah, these ones don't have a certain type to use. So as you see, fireballs are being thrown out, or ice spikes, piercing all the men in the ship. As the second ship comes during ramming speed, as Ezekiel's, "Brace yourself," as they duck, as they get rammed through, as Ezekiel tosses Willow some sort of grenade thing, as she's like, "What's this?" "It's called a magic grenade. My father had this weird book. He had like a lot of weird stuff in it. It was quite fascinating to read when I was a kid. You just have to toss it, and it just does its work. Just toss on the ship." As all his men are tossing these grenade things, there's a lot of explosion going off as Ezekiel pulls his ship away. As that ship's done. As the third ship, as they're about to pass each other, as they're firing, as there's a dogfight, as they're firing when they pass each other, as Ezekiel's ship, was minimal damage, but as it it crippled the other ship, ripping out the sail, and yeah, it's dead in the water. All right, boys, pull next to him, but not too close. As they pull, I was like, "Sir, you're not going to do what you normally do." As he's like, "Of course." As he hovers up, "I'm going to have some fun. You boys relax. You did a good job." As he flies off, hovering over the other ship. As Willow's like, "What is he doing?" Uh, dear old Captain, he's going to have some fun. It's going to be quite a show. Hopefully he doesn't go out all out. Last time I saw him do that, it wasn't pretty for the pirates. As you know, everyone's scared. They like Izuku, but they're scared of him at the same time because he's kind of like OP and scary sometimes. As he's hovering over the ship, as they're shooting arrows at him, as he's just reflecting it, as he hovers down in the middle of the ship. All right, I'm gonna make this real simple for you guys. Tell me where your outpost is or your little base you have around here. I know I'm close because you wouldn't be hovering around like little cockroaches if we weren't close. So just tell me where you at, and I can make my home visit. And I could go home, and you could go grieve, I guess. As they're like, kill him, as they all rush him. Ah, idiots. As they all rush Izuku, as he's like, chains of sin, as these black chains come wrapping around everyone. As Izuku's like, huh, that's much better. Doesn't matter, I'll find what I get. You stupid lots probably have a logbook. Idiots. But nevertheless. Oh, and by the way, I should explain the situation you're in right now. It's kind of important. It might save your life. These nasty little chains. My own creation, by the way. You see, the greater the sin you have created in your life, the more painful it's going to be. As he hears someone screaming loudly, as he's like, ding, 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 we got a winner. As Izuku just hobbles over there, as he walks. No, oh, you're the one. As Izuku, sits next to him. He's like, so, what did you do? As the drow, screw you, man. As he's screaming. What a shame. It must have been a doozy, because my chins don't react like this bad. This is kind of first. I'm breaking all sorts of records today. Don't worry, I won't let you suffer. As he shoots the ice spike right through his head. Alright, I would love to sit here and play with you people, you drows, but I got information to get. As he blasts the door open, killing the captain that was hovering. The captain is hovering in his little room. He's like, what do you want? I don't get enough pay for this. As I'll give you anything you want. As Izuku, straight up incinerated him from the spot. As he created a black flame. As he blasts him. As he's messed up. As he slowly, his body slowly turns to harden up. No, this can be better. As his body slowly, it still burned him, but the side effects is where it's OP-ness. As his body slowly turns to sand, he falls apart slowly, as he washes himself, as he's screaming, as the scream muffles, as he hits the ground, as the sand hits the ground, because he's no longer there. Ah, much better. Now let's see what we got. Ooh. As he finds I'll be taking this. And that looks important, so I'm gonna grab that. As Izuku sees this on the counter, as he's like, "What's that? That that looks really important. I'm gonna swipe that too." As he picks up, as he puts in his bag that he has on him. As Izuku flies up, as he stops, as Izuku gathers his energy and uses a firebolt, as he does that in the middle of the ship, as he's hovering in the air, as Izuku's laughing, he's like, "Well, bye, boys." As he flies off, as he lands, as the men's are kind of like, traumatized a little bit. As Willow's like, "Was that necessary?" As he's like, "Yeah, it was very necessary. Ah, now I got that out of my system." So, here, as he throws her the logbook, the information's in there. I just don't really feel like talking right now. I'm gonna go take a nap. As he goes off and takes a nap. As he goes takes a nap, at some point during his rest, as he sees flashes of drows have this orb, as they hold it up in the air, as it's draining some sort of energy from a dragon, as it's screaming out in pain. As a woman's voice speaks up, "Young one, he doesn't have much time. You must rescue him before it's too late." As Izuku's like, "Who the hell is this? Like, who are you?" And she's like, it's not important, mortal, young mortal." As it's a god, so I don't know which one, but I'll worry about that later. But this is for the story, so let's continue. As you see the orb they're draining the dragon out of. As he's like, "Yeah." Basically, they're what the drows are up to, is they're draining the life force out of their magical essence, and taking it back for the other magic users to anyone with arcane arts could be able to absorb the magic and make them far more powerful. Imagine a army full of your kind. As he's, "I'm a dark elf, not a drow." And she laughs a little bit because she thinks it's ironic. And she's like, "Very well, dark elf. But as drows, imagine you know full well if they get that type of power, there will be no stopping them." As Izuku's like, "Fine. I'm probably gonna forget this when I wake up. It's probably some weird ass dream. Maybe I'm working too hard." And she's like, "No, it's not a dream. But you must hurry. His life force is running out." As Izuku wakes up, as he as Izuku wakes up, as he runs over to the as he takes the wheel of the ship, as he turns it to a certain angle, as, "Sir, where are we sailing off to?" As he's like, "I know where they're at." As Izuku could feel the as Willow speaks up, it's hard not to tell. It's magic remnants, very pure by the look of it. As she's like, "Don't tell me the drows are doing something." As she knows this is not good. As like, "We need to get there faster." As Izuku's like, "We can't go any faster than this, unfortunately." So as they get to this area, as they sailed, they found it's a pretty good size island. As they sail through here, as, "All right, boys, we're laying anchor here. I'm gonna go on foot." As Willow's following them, as he's like, "What do you think you're doing?" He's like, "I'm going with you. I've been ordered by my lady to keep you, protected, so that's what I'm gonna do. And she's like, whatever. Just don't get in my way, please. I would hate to have to shoot you. As she's like, shoot me? You wouldn't. As he's like, maybe. I don't know yet. Maybe it's a 50-50 chance. As Izuku's just teasing her. As they're getting closer to the outpost, as they can already hear loud roars coming from that area. As they get to the outpost, as she's like, what's the plan? As Izuku's like, how stealthy you are. As she turns invisible, and she's like, I'm very stealthy. As he's like, alright, you do that, and I'll go, I'll take care of any unseen eyes that we don't need. As Izuku disappears, she's like, where did he go? As he does that. As he peers behind one of the soldiers in the watchtower, as he slits his throat, as he before he fell to the ground, he threw the knife over to the other watchtower that's right beside it, killing him instantly. As he's like, 2-for-1. As he's seen several key soldiers are out to look out, being killed off by Willow. As he's like, seems like she's beating me. I can't allow that. As he's having a competition with her, even though she doesn't even know she's in a competition yet. As they slaughter everyone they need to. As they get behind a wall, as she's like, that was actually kind of fun. As Izuku's like, but I still won. As she's like, won what? Oh, nothing. I just won our competition, that's all. As he walks away, there was no competition. That's not how I saw it. As they get into the main area where there's a lot of dragons being prepared to be siphoned. As Izuku gets his serious face on, as he sees this dragon getting pulled into the area where they're about to siphon him. As Izuku disappears again. I hate that when he does that. As she goes over there herself. As Izuku peers behind one of the little drows with the mages of the drows. Or sorcerer, I don't really care. Let's say mage. As Izuku summons a dagger, he's able to do that. Stabs the guy in the back. As he, don't you find that ironic? A drow being stabbed in the back? Because I do. As he pulls it out, throws it at the other one. As he starts shooting off fireballs. As he's walking, he's throwing these fireballs, killing all the drow mages without them, because they're more concentrated on the siphoning. As Izuku kills the rest of them, as he was about to smash it, as he sees a dragon barely alive, because it was, that came from him. So as Izuku reverses it, aiming back at the dragon, returning his energy. Now, how he knows that? I'm just saying the goddess that was in his dream told him how it worked, because she knows everything apparently. So there's that. As Izuku goes over to each dragon, breaking their chains. As he come across, they took like the whole clan or the whole family clan of dragons. So yeah, that was kind of messed up for them to do that. But as you have the leader of their little group, as he wiggles his wings out, as all the chains fall, as he stands up on all fours like he normally was, as Willow's getting ready to attack, as Izuku stops, as Izuku walks over, as he looks at Izuku, "Thank you, young one, for freeing me and my people from the drows. We lost many, but thanks to your actions, many will live. You have my gratitude. I will not forget this. I will not forget this day." As he hovers up, as he roars, as the rest of his clan flies, as he's like, "Young one, what is your name?" As he's like, "Izuku Midoriya." I really don't know what a dragon name would be, so I'm just gonna call him Varric, because, it's easy. As he's like, "I'm Varric." Now, this name sounds, it doesn't really, I don't know what to call it, so he's like, "I'm Varric, from the Bone Ice tribe. You've made a permanent ally this day, young one. I will remember your name, Izuku Midoriya. Fine name indeed." As he flies off, Izuku's like, made a friend. Never thought I would make a friend from a dragon, but hey. "So, you ready to go, Willow?" As she's like, "Aren't you a little more freaked out about that?" As he's like, "What?" "He could have, he could have eaten you." And he's like, "Yeah, he could have, would have. Luckily, it didn't have to happen, so let's go." As they're heading back to their ship. And we're going to stop it there. Yeah, because I need to get this out. So, hope you guys have a good night and day, judging by time zones. All right, bye.